This video is to help you design a quality literacy-based assignment. This is a template that we are using to complete this assignment, and I'm just going to walk you through the steps to completing it successfully. Here is a filled out version. You'll notice in the first section are three sections: texts, writing product, focus standards. These are the foundations of a great task. Another way to ask it is, what will students read? What will students write? And what will students learn? A great literacy-based assignment has students writing in response to what they read or writing about what they read. That is the way these standards are designed. So if you see, I've chosen here To Kill a Mockingbird. It could be Federalist Papers. It could be a science article. It could be the textbook. It could be a video. Anything that we want students to critically read and learn from. What do I want them to write? They're going to write something about what they read. If you click on this link, what will come up are a document that gives you different types of writing products, assignments, that different subjects often assign. So here's for English, you see literary analysis, rhetorical analysis. You also see for English causal paper, narrative, proposal, and it gives some details about them. And then if you scroll down more, there's some for history. So when you're thinking about what I want students to write, I want you to choose from one of these options. Unless you have something that really sings to you, that's a much better one. But these are excellent places to start. The standards are going to be, obviously, the focus standards are the most important standards they need to know, whether that's to pass your state test or that you feel are most essential for their academic and professional career. Those are the standards that they're going to be learning as they read and write. I need to be able to break down for my students and myself, what do students need to know, understand, and be able to do? So the three most important questions I need to be able to clearly answer for myself and my students when planning a unit or an assignment. To understand what they need to know, I look at the vocabulary from the standard and I write the most important terms here. These are words they have to know in order to complete this assignment successfully. Big ideas are, what do I want my students to remember 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that I want them to take with them for the rest of their lives? So I'm going to read this. The various conflicts of the story reveal different traits of each character. By revealing these traits through conflict, the author can communicate a specific theme about the world she creates and our own. Whenever a student reads a book for the rest of their lives, I want them to know that. I don't expect them to always remember the details of this novel. I do want them to walk away with that. And I want to communicate that to them throughout this assignment. And then do. These are skills. You could think of it: ability to. Trace how characters change. Explain the main theme of the novel. Use evidence from the text to support their response. These are the primary skills I want students to learn through this mini unit. And then comes an essential component to anything we want them to do, which is thinking. How do I want my students to think? What type of thinking do I want them to have? If you look here, we kind of call it cognitive demand. So these are different thinking demands. Now, what type of writing is it going to be? Is it going to be an argument or is it going to be an information? Well, this is more of an informational piece. So I go to informational explanatory and I think, what type of thinking is required of these standards? Well, analyze. Yeah, I'm going to say analyze. Now, sometimes the standard might say define. Sometimes the standard might say understand how things are cause and effects. So this should be driven by the standard, the type of thinking I want them to do. All right, I have all that information. Now it's time to write my assignment. And the tool we're going to use for this are LDC templates. LDC templates are these templates that are designed by partners at Literacy Design Collaborative. And they ensure that we create assignments that are aligning our content and our curriculum and our assessment. So I said informational explanatory, and I also said analysis. So I find the template that fits there. And then I can insert a question if I want to, but I don't have to. And I say after reading, because they're reading a novel, and then I fill in what's the novel that they're reading. So after reading To Kill a Mockingbird, right? Well, I don't necessarily need that because it's not informational text. So after reading To Kill a Mockingbird, write what? Well, that's my product. A literary analysis in which you analyze. Well, the analysis comes straight from the standard. So if I move this here and I move this here, what you can see is that I'm choosing analysis, and I'm saying after reading To Kill a Mockingbird, that's right here. If they're learning actual informational text, you would fill this in. Write a literary analysis criticism, that comes from here, in which you explain, and that's going to sort of come from a combination of these things, right? From the language of the standard. So I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, what is it I want them to explain? Well, it says here, determine central, main theme, main idea, and analyze development. Analyze development over the course of a text. Okay, so what I have down here, when I fill in my blanks, is after reading To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, write a literary essay, or a literary analysis if I wanted, in which you analyze, how theme is shaped by one character's development and interactions over the course of the text. So you should notice how this language comes directly from these standards and or from my little analysis of the standard. I did this work so that I could really align this assignment to these standards. And that is an assignment that is, one, having students read appropriate text, write an appropriate product, and learn the important content at the level of the standard. I hope that this is helpful. Please contact me if you have any questions at all.